My name is Jordan Chodak, and this is my Chapter 9 Cellular Respiration Alternative Assessment video. First, we will talk about ATP, the primary source of energy used by living things.
ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, is involved in a cycle. As its phosphate bonds containing energy break off or are added, it transforms into ADP or ATP, ADP having less energy. Cellular respiration includes 3 steps to produce 32 ATP molecules. These steps include glycolysis, the Krebs cycle, and the electron transport chain. It turns glucose and oxygen, the reactants, into the products, carbon dioxide and water. This is the reverse of the photosynthesis process. In this video, we will explain to you how the different reactants are turned into the products. The first step is glycolysis, occurring in the cytoplasm. This process produces 2 ATP to be used by the cell, 2 NADH, which are high-energy electron carriers to be used by the electron transport chain, and 2 pyruvic acid molecules to be used by the Krebs cycle. During glycolysis, glucose is split into 2 using 2 ATP, but then turned into pyruvic acid molecules, receiving 4 ATP. Therefore, it makes a profit for the cell of 2 ATP. The second step of cellular respiration is called the Krebs cycle. It takes place in the matrix of the mitochondria. A fun fact is that the Krebs cycle is also called the citric acid cycle because some citrus can be made here. The reactants of the Krebs cycle include oxygen and the 2 pyruvic acid molecules that were products of glycolysis. The products of the Krebs cycle include 1 ATP, 4 NADPH that will go to the electron transport chain, and 1 FADH2, an electron carrier that will also go to the electron transport chain. It also releases CO2 as a waste product. The Krebs cycle's most important job is to produce high-energy electrons to be used by the ETC, or electron transport chain. The final step, called the ETC, is the most efficient step because most of the ATP made during cellular respiration is produced during this step. It occurs on the inner membrane of the mitochondria. Electrons delivered by the electron carriers produced during the Krebs cycle and the added reactant of O2, which is oxygen, are carried down a protein chain and used to make the waste product of H2O. This movement causes H+ or hydrogen to be carried across the inner membrane and be produced into 24 ATP by an enzyme called ATP synthase. These products of H2O and ATP are used by the cell for its many different functions. Another process done during cellular respiration is an anaerobic respiration process. This is called fermentation. It converts the pyruvic acid into a different molecule in order to regenerate NAD+. There are 2 types of fermentation, the first being alcoholic fermentation. In this process, pyruvic acid is turned into alcohol and CO2. The second type of fermentation is called lactic acid fermentation, where pyruvic acid is turned into lactic acid. Both of these processes are done during glycolysis. You may have heard of lactic acid fermentation being used by your muscles when you exercise. This is in order to produce more ATP for your muscles to use as energy. Thank you very much for watching my video on cellular respiration. I hope you have learned a lot about the 3 processes and their reactants and products and how each of them connect. Also, I hope you have learned about fermentation and how it can help generate ATP for the body to use as energy. Thanks for watching.